Hi everyone, so I'm just gonna briefly take you guys through what's going to happen when we go through the actual lesson of English. So we're gonna be going through the comprehension, whereby we're simply gonna do a couple steps, ensuring that learners understand exactly what is required of them in answering the questions. Not only will they be answering the questions, but their comprehension levels will be tested, amongst a few other things. So prior to the actual commencement of the lesson, learners will first be guided by myself or the actual teacher to focus on a few things that we will encounter when we go through the actual text. Open-ended questions will be asked at the beginning, just to spark thinking, to spark thought, and basically to get the learners into moving gear. Secondly, a couple key words that will be addressed within the passage will be highlighted to learners, whereby learners will firstly look over their prior knowledge as well as important things that they will encounter. This will ensure that when the learners do actually see the words in the actual text, they understand exactly what it is they're looking at, so they're not confused by the big words or the misleading words. So once that has been done, we as a class, I as the teacher, will then commence with pre-reading, whereby we will look at a few important things and a couple of activities will be embarked on, whereby we will look at activities that relate specifically to what the passage will be about, and a couple of things that will be encountered within the passage. Again, open-ended questions will be asked just to ensure that learners do understand everything that is being encountered within the passage, as well as prior knowledge that they might have on the topic, so that myself as the teacher and the class as a whole will be able to know exactly which level we are on, so that when we do actually approach the text, we know exactly what approach we are taking. This will be a step-by-step learning method. It will not just be a case where the learners will just be expected to read the passage and understand. This will be something that we will go over step by step, and this will ensure that the learners understand everything as we go along. This will also ensure that learners comprehend the passage and not just blurt out the words to the teacher, which I believe is barking at text. Okay, once pre-reading has been done, and obviously the learners have been kicked into gear, and the teacher has well assessed exactly the knowledge that the learners might have, then we will commence with the actual reading of the text. While doing that, learners will be guided along the passage, whereby they will follow line by line, and myself as the teacher will definitely indicate to the learners exactly that the questions will relate to the passage. So every single answer that you will expect to see, or every single answer that you will be expected or required to answer, will be found within the passage. All learners simply need to do is ensure that they go through the questions properly, understand the questions, look in the passage, and they will find most of the answers, or if not all the answers there. Once we actually begin reading, myself as the teacher will read, and then we'll give the learners a moment to actually read themselves, and then we will basically read together. This will ensure that we are not just reading aloud or not just following what the teacher is saying, but actually engaging with the passage, actually engaging as a class and understanding exactly what we're going through. Once the passage has been gone through, the learners will then be given a specific amount of time whereby they can go over the questions, and then if they are confused about anything, they will be given an ample amount of time and opportunity to ask any questions. Once that is done and the learners begin answering the questions, time will be allocated to them, whereby once they've completed, we will then commence with post-reading, just to see if the learners actually comprehend everything that they've gone through, that they understand everything that we've gone through, and that the entire activity has made a difference to them. Thank you.